When it comes to training, I would argue that the chest is probably one of the most abused muscle groups when we're working on hypertrophy, gaining size, getting bigger and stronger. Now, the reason why I say it is probably one of the most abused, and it's not intentionally abused, is that when most of us get into the gym, we start training, all this other stuff. We walk in the gym, we see about 18 different machines that are all designed to work the chest. So it's excellent. We're thinking, yeah, we're about to get these gains in, I'm about to go crazy, I'm about to use every single machine. I've been there. You know, I've been through this personally. When I speak, it's not from a place of arrogance. It's that I've done these things in the past and I'm here to help you not make the same mistakes. So, with that being said, guys, you don't need 18 different exercises to grow your chest, okay? The chest, when you work it, it looks nice, it looks pumped, it fills with blood, you know, normal things happen. And in your mind, in your naive mind, rookie mind, when it comes to training, you think more is better. And a lot of people maintain this thought process throughout the whole of their training, throughout the whole of their lives. More is not always better in life in general. It's always going to be the quality of something over the quantity in most cases. So, when it comes to chest, the main function of the chest is to adduct, and that means to bring the upper arm closer to the center of the body. So instead of doing a million different movement patterns that do the exact same thing, you focus on maybe one or two during a session, and then you leave it alone, okay? So I'm going to demonstrate how you can program that into your sessions and where you potentially might be going wrong to get your chest gains. All right, so probably the most performed exercise in regards to chest exercises, bench press. So I'll use it as an example. You don't have to do bench press. You can do any exercises that you want as long as it focuses on the movement pattern that I originally said. So as you can see, when you bring your arms close to the center of your body, your chest naturally contracts. Obviously, when you come back down, it expands. Very simple, nothing too crazy. So let's say, for example, we jump on the bench press, guys, right? We do our set, very good, intense set. We're taking it to almost failure, or failure if you want, depending on how you train. Correct? All right. So we've got that down. We do our set. We do maybe 2 or 3 sets of those because we're not trying to overdo it. Now this is the mistake that most people made and I've made in the past. So I'll finish on the bench press, right? And we saw the movement pattern for the bench press. I would then grab dumbbells, get on another bench, and then perform dumbbell press, guys, which is doing the exact same movement. Yes, you could argue that there is a unilateral nature to it because obviously each side is now being isolated because you're not pushing together as one. However, guys, it is performing the exact same function, okay? So, to save time, to save effort, and to allow your body to recover properly, pick one. Now, me personally, I prefer the dumbbell bench. I like the kind of the freer movement. I can put my shoulders in, you know, a more comfortable position for me. You might like barbell press, that's fine. However, you do not have to do both in the same session in order to make chest gains. They are the exact same movement pattern. They are working entirely the exact same muscles. Just one is with the barbell, one is with dumbbells. That is it. I'm gonna show you another exercise and why we shouldn't be overdoing it. But let's say you're a bit more of a calisthenics guys, or you just like doing bodyweight exercises or calisthenics movements. So again, when we perform something like a dip, as you can see, if you watch my chest, when we come down, the chest expands. As we push back up, the chest is going to contract. Again, the upper arm is squeezing at the top, coming to the center line of the body. So you can see again, it may look different from the bench and the barbell press. However, the movement pattern is still the same, guys. So when we do movements like this, so imagine if we did 1, 2, and 3, we're putting our chest through absolute hell, performing the same movement pattern over and over again. We're breaking down the muscle to a point where it's going to take us a long time to recover. And then we may have to go into the next session still fatigued. And that's not what we want for growth, because a muscle cannot grow while it is still recovering. It's almost impossible to do so. So we need to pick movements that are somewhat dissimilar in nature. I preferably wouldn't go over 2 chest movements, per workout. I know some people like to do chest days and things like that, but it's not always the most beneficial to do so. And if you're seeing a lack of chest growth, you might be doing too much at the end of the day. Now, if you're still not grasping what I'm saying, then maybe this will hit home for you. So, for example, I remember back in the days, in my youthful days, at the end of each chest and tricep day or chest day, we used to hit some push-ups, and for the burnout, quote unquote. So, again, if you watch a push-up, what are we doing, guys? When we come down, the chest is expanding. As we come back up, it's contracting. So the upper arm, again, is adducting, moving closer to the center line of the body. As you can see, arms out, come back in, closer to the body, guys. So, again, imagine we do the bench, then we do the dumbbell press, and let's say we do some flies and some, we just go through a myriad of chest exercises, and then we finish with push-ups for the burnout. We are overly fatiguing the muscle. The chest is not really a massive muscle like that, so it's going to take, again, a long time for it to recover. Now, if you enjoy doing all these exercises and your chest growth is amazing and you're having no problems, by all means continue. I'm not here to tell you exactly what to do. However, if you are not seeing the chest growth that you want, you've hit a plateau, you're not recovering well between sessions, you're starting to get pain and whatnot, reduce the load, you focus on intensity, because mechanical tension will win every single time. Now, not to get too scientific, obviously, mechanical tension, go look it up. You can see exactly what it does. However, when we focus on intense sets with good form, good technique, under heavy load, that is where we're going to see the growth, because in between those sessions, we allow ourselves to recover properly. So in the next session, we can start to add the principle of progressive overload, guys. So every session, we're getting stronger and stronger and stronger, not still recovering from the previous session and putting more wear and tear on the muscle. So I hope this helps. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. Again, I chose chest because it is the muscle group that most people desire to be big and strong, and we go about it the wrong way when we're just getting into the gym, or we don't know better. So I'm trying to help you guys. I've been there. My chest growth has been crazy since I've lowered the load on it and just really focused on going as hard as I can for my sets, obviously under control, and then you just win like that, guys. So make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe. Try to program this into your training, give it a go, see how it goes. And as always, work hard, stay strong. I'm out. Peace.